Okay. I think we good. The only thing that's saving you. I did not schedule this live, so I know y'all don't know I'm in here. So I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna be patient. And I'm gonna let everybody get in the room. Hey, buddy. What's up? Hey, everybody. I just paid attention to my Christmas cup. My bad. It's really, truly one of my favorite cups, though, because not only do I love gnomes, but also it's a big cup. So it's my steez. Like, I love this cup. All right. We got a good conversation that we about to have today. Foresight, will you let me know if you can hear me? Can you hear me good? Is my mic working? Grand Rising. I'm drinking some tea. I'm actually drinking some tea. So have a cup of tea this morning. Have a cup of tea. Great. Okay, good. Good. Yay! All right. I woke up feeling great this morning. Yes, tea it is. Tea it is. I'm actually doing some breathies. We sell breathies on our website or my Etsy store. Selfless plug. I'm drinking breathies from our store. So, Q's been fighting a little congestion. So, not only am I helping him out a little bit this morning, but also I've been thinking about y'all consistently because we started a little series, and I think the series is really important. But I was responding to a lot of people via like DM and people reaching out, text message. You might even have my number from when I provided you services in the past. So, and keep in mind for those that hear that I had two numbers. So if you might be texting one that I don't have anymore, just so you're aware. I don't know if I've told anybody that recently. The last time I mentioned it was probably a year ago when we were in Nashville for Halloween. No, that was Q's birthday. So back in October, I changed my phone number. So I had two phones. I got rid of one. So just so y'all know. Yeah. Okay, Foresight, I understand that you're driving. No worries. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're the only mod in here that I know of right now. So I'm not worried about the chat today. Let it ride. Let it rock. It is what it is. If it's just me and you, but I'm not gonna pay a lot of attention to it. All right. So, shout out to the fathers though. Happy Father's Day weekend. Want to make sure I say that. All right. Today, because I see a lot of people are asking, what is the chat about? What are we going to be chatting about? What are we going to chat about? Listen, today is a deep conversation. I don't care about the chat, just so y'all know. As far as the trolls, thank you from Russia. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, I know we're going to get a lot of Christians today. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful thing. I actually got a couple scriptures for y'all Christians, okay? Like, don't play with me today. We are ready for everybody, all right? Hi. All right, so we just letting it rock. Just like I've been, just like I have been letting my DMs rock, I've been responding to people. But based on the series that we've been doing, what I have been noticing is, and I had to slow down because the information that I was providing y'all with was so deep. Like, if you haven't watched Don't Chase Debt, you got to break debt, don't chase it, part 1 and part 2, go check it out. I'm going to continue that series because, as y'all know, I got a little what's the word I'm looking for? Nudge in my spirit that we're coming on the precipice of something, and that to which is coming is a big deal. And we need to, right when I say that, 77 people in the building. If you would hit the like, I would greatly appreciate you if you double tap the screen. It helps to notify the people that are here all the time that we are on live. So we really appreciate it, all right? I'm so happy to see the people that are here. I'm seeing some amazing names in the chat. It always cracks me up, all right? So let's keep building. Recently, it was Father's Day weekend, or it still is technically. It's not Sunday. God damn, what am I thinking? Sunday was Father's Day. Woo, time go by fast. It's Tuesday. Why did I wake up thinking it was Sunday? That's deep. Anyway, now it's Tuesday. So now that we all on the same page, the person that said it wasn't Sunday, you could have told me what day it was. FK Google. Come on with it now. All right. But here we go. It was recently Father's Day weekend. And I think that's where my head has like kind of continued to stay at because I do, but I'm on vacation this week. So that's why I'm totally off track. I'm completely off track. I'm actually on vacation for 2 weeks. So I'm really excited. I don't care what day it is. I lose all track of time. I love not having to be responsible for really anything or nobody. So yes, that's where I'm at. So, I noticed though that people definitely are dealing with scarcity mindset. They're having a lot of trouble breaking the loop that they're stuck in. They keep thinking about the same thing over and over and over again. And they're not connecting with themselves because they think that they have formed an identity that is the identity that's going after this particular goal. But what I'm trying to get people to see is that you have not slowed down long enough to really identify or even connect with your future identity, the one that's not in scarcity mindset. You may have been existing this whole time and never had an opportunity to truly relax in oneself and even connect with what you're trying to reach, the goal that you're after. So you haven't even developed the identity that you're trying to connect to. And if you haven't slowed down to even develop this identity and to even connect with the person that you want to be, Why are you trying to manifest certain things that represent that, but you haven't connected to it? You need to slow down. Scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset meaning, for those who may not fully understand. Thank you. Scarcity mindset is, hold on. All right. Scarcity mindset can be passed down through generations. We come from a lot of people that are being brought up or have been brought up in the last three major generations or major shifts. Either come from the Great Depression, baby boomers, slavery. These are all generational scarcity mindsets that have been passed down. So do you even really know yourself? Do you even really know what you like? If you were taught to like that, if you were taught to believe that, oh man, don't get me started, Paul. Don't get me started. I want to talk about, I've been following that, but I can't be talking about that right now. Listen, every time I've got on live recently, like it might just be either not raining at all or drizzling, but then it starts a heavy downpour, like no more than 15 minutes into my lives lately. I'm not sure what's going on. I like what Nia said, Nia nature. I'm discovering myself. It's been beautiful. Hey, Gail, appreciate you. Hi from India as well. Hi from Paris. Wow. I cannot wait to go to France. I know I'm going to go there someday. I actually want to go to India too. So shout out to y'all. Real big ups. So today we're going to get into a few things. Thank you. I really want to make sure that I'm taking my time with y'all too today because we got a little time. Here we go. Hold on. People been crashing out. Here recently, Justin Bieber wrote this, and it's so interesting that he wrote it. Ooh, I saw something. What up, Gail? Thank you for the $5 super chat. I really, really, really appreciate it. All right, and then let me see this before I move on to my note, because I want to read y'all what Justin Bieber wrote. It connects to what I said in the last live. The great one said, anxiety only comes from the mindset. We need people or things. I like that. Yeah, Godspeed. What up? Hello to you too. So, yeah, real talk. Anxiety does stem from that. Anxiety is a big thing. It stems from a lot of things. Bolivia. Hi from Bolivia. I wonder if I'm saying that correctly. But hello to you too. Where is that? What country is that in? Or is that a country in itself? I'm not familiar. Europe. Okay. Shout out to Europe. People are crashing out. Someone dropped off a bridge onto the highway in Georgia. Oh my goodness, on Father's Day. What? Oh, okay. It's in South America. Okay. I'm from Wisconsin. It's north of Iowa. Okay. Lucky Lady 8. Beautiful Naya from Vegas. Lots of love. Yay. I'm trying to come to Vegas this year. I really want to come in like September. Mental no. Y'all want me to shout out y'all's cities right now. Come on, let's do it. It's 99 people in the building. If y'all hit that like, I'll keep doing it for a while. Hit that like for me. All right. Arkansas in the building, Jacksonville in the building. What up, Devin? Is that Devin? Is that how you pronounce it? I've never seen it spelled like that. That's nice though. I like it. And Mental Nomad, I actually love your name. That's cool. All right. And we got Winston Churchill, the greatest from the UK. Ghost in the Machine, I see. All right. And we got Mexico, Daytona Beach. All right. And listen. All right. Gail, Daytona. That's what's up. I used to actually live there for a short period of time. I used to live in Jacksonville too. And I used to have a business in Arkansas. Memphis, Tennessee is my neck of the woods, Dean. Shout out Mexico if you're coming here. Listen, I'm definitely, within the next year, I'll be in Mexico for sure. I got some errands I need to run in Mexico. Von Gray. And of course, the big NY. Thank you, Farah. All right. So, I almost asked Foresight a question about New York, but let me stop. All right. Dominican Republic's in the building? All right. DR? All the time. All right. Japan's in the building? Thank you. Wow. Blue Horizon, big ups to you. Hey, thank you. Yes, Texas, Australia. Wow, y'all. We are really all over. This is beautiful. That's crazy. Yes, Gail, I'm where Tesla put his lab. Yes. Yes. Where he say the new God is going to appear. It's coming out of Memphis. I've been stuck to this land for a while. What up? What up, Sunflower? Sunflower, we haven't been blocking. Just, we've been rolling. We've been having a great time. UK, man, I cannot believe all these amazing countries today. This is cool. Amsterdam. Wow. That's cool. Oh, I didn't miss Florida. Ken, what are you doing? I hadn't seen you in a while. Ken's Color Box. Ah, no, we didn't skip over Florida. Jacksonville is in the building. Daytona is in the building. Come on now. We've been talking about Florida this whole time. Ah. All right. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. The great one said, we don't talk about Florida in here. Y'all seen them? Listen. Florida is lit. I love Florida. I have a lot of family in Florida too. Orlando, West Palm Beach, not Duval County. Come on, stand up. Scotland. That's my son, people. And yes, Dean. How do you know? Dean, how do you know? How do you know? Yes, I'm half Jamaican. All right. Memphis, Maine. Exactly. I love watching people juke. The juking. I can't juke. I'm not a juker. What up, Tochi? Miss Mary Mack, what's up? Thank you. Hi, Russia. Hi, North Carolina in the building. All day, Ben, especially on vacation. Vacation for 2 weeks. We lit. Russia, make sure you hit that like. UK, make sure you hit the like. Let's get the likes up. It's a mic on my shirt. All right. Good. Thanks, Ken. Thank you. I gotta hit the like. Singapore? Sheesh. Wow. All right. Y'all remember I was talking to y'all about the word heal, and we were talking about money and debt and all those things. And right when we, so funny, England, I see you. All right. right when we decided, or excuse me, right when we were talking about it, I had explained to y'all that I had received like a thought about that the word heal is a tricky word, because heal is also a command. Heal is a command that when you have a God on a leash, excuse me, damn, that came out just like that. When you have a dog on a leash, excuse me, not a God, but yes, a God. When you have a dog on a leash and and you want them to slow down and stand beside you instead of getting too far ahead of you, you tell them to heel. All right. So I had explained to y'all, you know, try to, as you're trying to break certain thought patterns or mindset loops that you're stuck in, when you want to reset, you really need to, in addition to doing, there's all kind of body work and release work that is really important. But and I'm always saying to be careful about what it is you believe, and to truly examine and analyze your belief systems, the things that you're operating on that get you in motion every single day. If you want to resolve a lot of the things that are breaking you down slowly that you can't even see, and a lot of times it's people's biggest thing is their finances, okay? So, but it's not because you don't have what you need. You got everything you need. It's truly because of your mindset. And most likely, you're not the one that placed that thought pattern there. You're continuing an ancestral, or your parents, or even your parents, or parents, your grandparents. You're continuing their thought process. And so slowing down, analyzing that, realizing that you got to change the language is so important. So I had just shared that with y'all. I probably shared it with like 3 other people, like in services and stuff like that. In the private services. If you're not familiar with us, thank you. If you're not familiar with us, please go to our website, which is www.q, which is CUE, Reaves, REAVES.com. It's probably it's on the channel, it's in all our description boxes, okay? Our website. And that's where we provide services. Q does regression services. I'll consult and talk to people, not only in a spiritual manner, but I also offer business consultations too. So just check the website out. There's stuff on the website like our vibes. There's our teas on the website. All things that you need to hack the system within you, your internal control systems. All right. You got to start looking at your body more like tech, the same way you approach how a machine is structured to do certain things based on responses. Your body is similar. You think certain thoughts, you get a chemical reaction. You swipe on your phone and see something that makes you smile, you get a chemical reaction within the body. So these waters within us sometimes need to be managed in other ways. And sometimes we can't always get to outside to be able to ground. This Vibe device actually has 59 different protocols to allow you to be able to change the waters of your body. All right. So that you can get unstuck. A lot of times people are kind of stuck in a loop. They're just stuck in this constant way of thinking, and they keep catching that pattern. Now, the loop is sometimes placed on you by higher powers that may be sort of controlling the show a little bit. Sometimes they believe that you're not ready. All right. Especially if you have devoted your life to them. Okay. In different ways. Hold on. I didn't catch Foresight when he left, but if you're still here, Foresight, see you later. Thank you for your help in the beginning. I will. And E2 Edits, shout out to you. And shout out to Western Australia. All right, good deal. All right. All right. So here's something. I couldn't even say it. Shout out to South Africa. What a tongue twister. Shout out to India. Big ups. All right. So listen. Listen, y'all. I was so proud to see that Justin Bieber, he recently posted this message, and I'm about to read it. I was so proud of him because clearly he is slowing down. And that's what Q's always preaching about. That's what I'm always teaching about. Like, we have to slow down. All right? So listen. He said, first of all, he had a rough Father's Day weekend because he got an amazing gift. He got this watch. So it wasn't that rough. I mean, like, he is still Hollywood. But he had to run off some paparazzi that were in front of his house. And basically what kind of ended up happening was, like, people started reaching out because he was kind of snapping on the people, the paparazzi. And he snapped before, but this time he really, was trying to slow down. I honestly did not take it, excuse me if that made the sound messed up. I honestly did not take it as like he was crashing out. But obviously some people started texting him as if he was. There was also some people trying to make it seem like that he was crashing out simply based on the fact that he seemed upset. He was repeating himself a couple times, but people sometimes don't get it. So you have to keep repeating yourself, and you have to keep finding other unique ways to say it. What I saw was an individual who wants to be recognized as a man, as a father, as a human, someone who does, need rest, that needs space, that needs to feel seen, okay? Y'all keep in mind, it's new people in here. They don't know, so just don't be deleting everybody because it messes up the numbers. And Q's got a lot of traction, So we got to give people time to get to know us. All right. The guy had said, they said he was going against his friend. Is it true? I saw those messages that he and his friend were texting back and forth. I can read them, and we can decide here together as a collective, because even a lot of people are like, why even bother talking about celebrities? But they affect the collective in such a large magnitude that you can't just ignore them. You cannot ignore them. Plus, I always find it interesting that we'll get on certain topics. And here lately, my topic has been, be careful with this word heal. Like, we need to slow down and really pay attention to the language that we're using with one another. If we really want to see each other reach new heights and new levels in our awakening or in our journeys, whatever that may be, high or low vibrational. If you want to see, and I want to see people reach their levels, good and bad. Is that rain too loud, y'all? Do I need to close the door? Or y'all good? Good and bad, I want to see people reach their levels. Okay. Thank you, Dean. It's important for people to go through everything they need to go through so that they seriously do not have to keep going through it over and over and over again. And so that does mean that sometimes you got to get bad stuff out your system that you think. Y'all hear how loud it just got? Like, it got so loud. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Hold on. That should have helped a little bit. She says awesome. Good deal. Good luck on whatever you're studying for. Good luck, good luck. All right. So let's read. Let's read what he said. Let me just get to it, right? I'm giving y'all all the context because a lot of people, that's important too. Plus, I want y'all to start spotting these opportunities to receive confirmation that you're on the right track in your own universe. Now, you're watching me today, so today I'm a part of your universe. Today I'm a part of your world. But tomorrow when I'm gone and I'm not on your mind possibly to click on, or maybe I don't jump on live, I still want you to remember that you need to look for the little things. It's not always about the big stuff. Sometimes this is a test to see if you are going to pay attention to the little things. Can whatever you believe in reach you to pass you another gem, another key to the next level? You know, when you're playing a video game and you want a hint, is life giving you hints in the game and you're just bypassing them, skipping them as quick as you skip an ad on your phone? Like, just slow down in every aspect of the journey. Good. I'm glad you're feeling it. I'm glad you're hearing it. Beautiful. Now, here we come to this next thing. And see, I ain't even gonna get into that, but because I see a little comment that I want to say something, but I'll hold that. All right. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm not getting into that. All right. Here's what he said. People keep telling me to heal. This is Justin Bieber speaking on his platform. He put a post up. People keep telling me to heal. Don't you think if I could have fixed myself, I would have already? I know I'm broken. I know I have anger issues. I've tried to do the work my whole life to be like the people who told me I needed to be fixed like them. And it just keeps making me more tired and more angry. The harder I try to grow, the more focused on myself I am. Jesus is the only person who keeps me wanting to make my life about others. Because honestly, I'm exhausted with thinking about myself lately, aren't you? Now, a lot to unpack there. We're going to try to take it slow. All right? But hold on. Let me show y'all this too. Somebody mentioned earlier, like, wasn't he into it with like a friend of his or something like that? Here's some of the messages that he shared. Justin said, I would never suppress my emotions for someone. Conflict is a part of a relationship. If you don't like my anger, you don't like me. My anger is a response to pain that I have been through. Asking a traumatized person not to be traumatized is simply mean. So the person responded, I'm not used to someone lashing out at me. It's not that I don't see and feel your anger. So he responded, ouch, this friendship is officially over. I would never accept a man calling my anger lashing out. I enjoyed our short-lived relationship. I wasn't kidding when I told you I didn't need you as a friend. I have good friends who will respect these boundaries. Then he says, I thought you were a P, which is why I always kept my distance, but I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. This confirms you were the P I always thought you were. And he gives him the middle finger. Please leave me alone now. I'm blocking you now. So, all right. I'm not suggesting that y'all handle things that way. There's always a better way to handle things. All right. However, I do respect him being able to stick to the boundaries that he set in place for himself, and he's acknowledging what he needs, right? And I like that he is acknowledging and trying to help the people around him acknowledge that conflict sometimes is normal. It's a normal part of being in a relationship with someone or being in someone else's energy. All right. So he's also acknowledging that he's been through a lot. Now, does it give him a pass to lash out at people? No. All right. Here we go. This is what I want y'all to start expanding on. Let's get over here to these notes. Now, straight out the gate, Justice said, people keep telling me to heal. All right? He is tired of that word too. I am too. That word, I see the trolls, y'all. Don't get frustrated with the trolls. Don't get frustrated about none of this stuff. Like, you're continually being tested. This is part of like leveling up. Like, don't get it twisted. This is okay. Now, I'm tired of the word heal too. So let's really get in here. I got so much I'm supposed to talk to y'all about. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm organizing the rest of the live in my mind. Okay. Y'all stay with me. I'm gonna go back a little bit to bring y'all back to ultimately what he's saying, ultimately what he's missing, okay? And why it gets so frustrating, all right? So stay with me. Don't pay attention to the chat. Bumbleclat. Why the Jamaicans in here today? Why, why, why y'all in here today? Y'all been, I need to check the analytics. We been hitting Jamaica? If so, I'm really trying to go to Jamaica. It's like for real. Like I need to go home. Real talk. Hola. Hola. All right. Now, think about this, y'all. I already told y'all it's not your fault that you came here with a lot of preconceived loops. I already told y'all that. So now you get exposed to a world that's full of contracts, things that you're indebted to, dreams and aspirations that you feel like you gotta overwork and overperform in order to reach new heights. Like we're constantly being, um, um, what they call it when you're dangling the carrot in front of the rabbit for the race or whatever, you know, like that old saying. Like somebody's constantly dangling something in front of you from the time that you're a kid in this. You came in this thing, you were supposed to be the goat. You were supposed to be, you know, someone that could climb mountains yourself and manage all this on your own. But then you get told that you need this, you need that, you got to do this, you got to strive, you got to go after this, you get told all these things, which is undermining you. It's undermining that you came here with everything you need and that you don't have to wake up every single day on go, 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 hustle, 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 hustle. You're not doing enough, okay? Chill on that. It's time. It's time out for that. See you later, Dean. Thank you for stopping by. Peace and love to you too. All right. So you're organizing. You begin to start organizing your identity around what is missing in your life. Not really truly getting in touch with the things you like, the things that you enjoy doing. You don't get to really do that, all right? Most people, what is going on? Are y'all fighting in here? All right, just making sure. All right, So, hey, Naya, the multi-dimensional being, you're exactly right. That is survival mode, and most people don't know they in it. Most people know they stuck in a loop. Most people do not know that they're in survival mode. But yes, it is complete survival mode. Okay. All right, I see one. That might have been the one that. Thank you, TT. I love my hair too. All right. Now, organizing the world around a life that's missing. Now, I stopped saying survival mode so much, Naya, the multi-dimensional being, because some people connect to survival. Some people see it as an opportunity that feels sort of like they're a little bit elevated above others if they're able to survive no matter what, if they're able to gain no matter what. But what if I pointed out to you that you can gain traction and momentum in this game of life without having to have a survival hustle mentality? When I start truly letting go of that mentality and almost placing myself on a pedestal just because I was able to survive. Like once I proved it to myself and I know I could do it, that's cool. But then to get to the next level of this, you need to let that ideal go as part of your identity, because it's not truly part of your identity if you want to enjoy what freedom is. Now, most people are striving towards freedom. I'm not talking to people that plan on staying in a mode of survival. Some people, that is their journey, that is their story. They're going to be very helpful in the future for different reasons, okay? So who I'm talking to specific individuals that feel like they're no longer connecting to these programs that have been placed on them, and they need to shift out of that thinking and not try to hold on to all of it. Some people go through life and think they get to hold on to everything that they've learned, everything that they've been through. And what I'm starting to realize is that it's okay to break out of the normal idea to think that you gotta just hold on to everything. No, make room for certain things. Let go of certain parts of your identity that truly no longer serve the future plan. You're not going to be able to take it all with you. You're definitely not going to be able to take all those survival mentality protocols that come with being a hustler. I don't even want to connect myself to that word hustle anymore. All right, that's a different, yeah. And I'm not pointing you out specifically, Naya, multidimensional being. You pointed out something that I needed to make sure I touched on, so thank you. All right, but I can feel that you overstand it. Good job. Oh, you said you're fighting to get out, actually. Yeah. All right, I got you, boo. We're gonna get out together. Listen. Yeah. Hold on, let me read this scripture right quick. All right. Beautiful. I value you too. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Now, organizing your whole life around what's missing means you aren't living from presence. You're living from lack, from the gap, from the absence of something that you believe must come before joy, rest, ease, love, or freedom. Let me say that again. Organizing your whole life around what's missing means you aren't living from presence. You're living from lack, from the gap, from the absence of something that you believe must come from joy, rest, ease, love, or freedom. One of the biggest hacks in this game of life is to be overjoyed in the storm, to be over the moon, ecstatic about the opportunity to try again, to do it over again. You know what? I got to start from the bottom to get to the top. Ooh, I can't wait to see what I learn. Like, you really got to switch it up. You really got to switch it up. In my experience, let's call it the matrix. Let's just say it. This matrix, this simulation that we in, it rewards you if you could pass that test. And it might lay it on you thick for like 2 days and hit you with like 2 really hard things to get through. But get through them. Get through it when it's tough. For real. Be happy when you are finally at a place where it feels kind of difficult. It feels uneasy. We say it in this way too. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. All right? That's my girl. That's my girl. Don't play with me, TT. Don't play with me. That's my girl. Thank you, Robert. All right. Now, here's the other thing. Living in the gap. You're living from lack. You're living in the gap when you are not present in the moment, when you don't stay in the now. My IG name is Naya Now. It is a way to trigger myself to stay present in the present moment. Because I had a lot of trouble with that initially. Like, it was really hard to stay present. I was always way too far out in the future, priding myself on being the one person in the room that's thinking 6 months ahead, a year ahead, all the time. It's okay to plan, set goals, and pace things, but it's not okay to be in a room full of people and you're plotting on your next 5 moves because you're and you're not in the present moment, really engaging with others. That's not necessary. I'm even seeing how the universe, how the game of life is responding to me more when I'm not that networking type of person, that person that is like always kind of like networking, you know, and figuring out who's all in the room and what moves should I make. That's like a lie. It's kind of like you're a manipulator and a liar. And although sometimes, you know, like that's kind of necessary sometimes to get in rooms, what I'm seeing in this right now, what I'm seeing right now, I have been rewarded over and over and over again for just really not doing anything, just being me, being truthful, being somewhat safely transparent. And right after that action, whatever it may be, and I may have to talk to, like, some of y'all need personal calls, okay? You really need to go on our website, www.CueReaves.com, and book a session, you know, because some things you're missing it, you know, you're overlooking it. So without me telling my personal examples of this, you got to just trust me. Like, we're in an age of transparency, okay? You're not going to get points right now in the game of life by being a liar and a manipulator and someone who is not caring about your behavior and how it affects others. You're not getting it that's why I love kind of what Justin Bieber was even pointing out, meaning the dialogue is even healthy right now. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid hard conversations. You were supposed to be working on emotional intelligence since 2020. Do y'all realize like the whole point of them like rolling out all these initiatives that kind of help y'all to be able to write a better text message or send a better email. All of that happened post 2020 because clearly our interactions with one another sometimes are very disconnected, like text messages and emails and things like that. The tone be coming off wrong. So you were supposed to be working on it. The emotional intelligence was such a wave. That wasn't just for no reason that all of a sudden we went from never hearing that word to hearing it all the time. And that was going on for like 3 years. What do y'all think that was for? That was so you could actually be working on it. So now what we're seeing is like there's some people that really, really worked on it. And now they're holding their people around them accountable. That's important. That's real important. Somebody got to do it. That's what, man, these songs, he was triggering something. It was his job to command everybody to start changing people. Somebody got to do it. Make a nigga mad. Somebody got to do it. I'll make you mad. Somebody got to do it. Like, but I'm still going to be here ready to work on it with you. You know what I mean? Like, the door is technically still open. You just got to come correct. That is the tone right now. And if you don't take that and apply it to how you can change your bank account and how, because, and I'm bringing up the money because people connected to their joy, to their ease, to their happiness. And it kind of does apply. Like, it does apply. I'm not going to sit up here in front. Like, a lot of people can't even get what they need because, you know, they don't have the funds. I'm one of the people. There's still things I want. But I have everything I need. You get it? All right, let me just see what you're saying. I'm getting distracted because I really want to see what y'all saying. That's what's up. Thank you. Yes, I like that, Eric. We are passing I'm not sure what word that is, or the peak of an era, and the other is back to normal. Facts. Eric also said communication is key, but men struggle with vulnerability. Yeah, but now, you know, no, like we need to support y'all in being vulnerable because there is a huge disconnect with men and women, but that's a whole nother topic. I also kind of want to explore what you mean by that too when we say men struggle with vulnerability. Is it because, I don't want to assume that y'all struggle with vulnerability because women don't want you to be vulnerable, because that's kind of what I was just saying. But I more so want to see, do you feel like it's something like in your DNA that makes it a struggle for men to be vulnerable? Or is it something in their environment that causes men to struggle with vulnerability? I wonder what it is. Now, while we wait on that response, now, a lot of people wait for things to be perfect in order, or at least a lot of people wait for things for it to look perfect for them to proceed on with the next life-based decision that they're going to make. Listen, that is a pattern that was okay back in the day. But now, just imagine that perfection, if we're always keeping in mind that we're in a pole shift, that if back in the last 3 decades, perfection was the thing, if now we're in 2020 and everything post 2020 is not about perfection. So if that's been a part of your mindset, protocol, I know a lot of women connect to the idea of like clutter will just like completely mess up their manifestation. Clutter, I'm guilty of it. Clutter, if I see like clutter, dirty room, or like dishes, like it totally throws me off. Like it's hard for me to like get anything else accomplished. That's why I try to like do all that stuff the day before. But I had to really start getting on myself and realize that this is part of a bigger test that I'm in right now with self, that I need to let go of the idea that everything must be in place at all times. That is very, very important when it comes to what you're able to manifest. I also believe that they're trying to get us completely out of that mindset for a particular reason too. Now, I've personally adopted, my guards are up about it because I believe that the body is a temple, all right? And that it needs structure. So there needs to be order around you. But I have allowed myself to at least slow down and see that there is also benefit in a little bit of chaos too. And are you able to still produce in the midst of chaos? That is really important. So when you're being tested to see if you can still handle it, embrace your test. Don't run from it. That's another thing. You know, I love everything that I'm seeing when a person that has such a big platform like Justin Bieber can get this conversation going. I absolutely love that. I think though it is also important that what I saw in those messages though was still him running. All right. Here's something that I've been truly embracing lately too. Not running, okay? Not running in my body. Part of being a little bit of like ADD or ADHD even means that you're like always on go, like you're always technically running, all right? And so I'm around a lot of people and I too have some of those traits where it's like always mentally on the run or ready to dismiss people that are causing difficulty. You can't just always be running. No, it's sometimes you got to slow down and really truly face the energy that you're dealing with, allowing it to locate it. When you're in the midst of the discomfort, locate energetically where that is in the body. And then there are things you can do to move that energy from wherever it's stuck. And sometimes you need to do that. You need to slow down and feel it so that you can move through it. So that also it shows that you're willing, you're telling your body, your mind, and your heart that you are willing to embrace discomfort. That's a win. That's a win in the book of life. You were able to embrace discomfort instead of running. Last time I was up here in part 2, I went a whole lot deep on this whole reptilian connection to the fight and flight whole thing and all that. So go watch part 2 of the last time I was up here if you want to get deeper into that flight or flight response. Trina the time traveler said, when the obstacle becomes the way. Listen, she get where I'm going. Thank you, Trina. Thank you. Eric said, from a young age, many boys are taught directly or indirectly that expressing emotion is a sign of weakness. Don't cry, toughen up. And it carries on through adulthood with women expecting a provider. All right. Thank you for sharing that. I kind of wanted to feel exactly where you were coming from with the vulnerability. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. All right. Thank you. T said I needed to hear that. Sunflower said big facts. It's all about the natural as, it's all about being natural as possible. Yes. Naya said, as a Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury, I'm always running. You would not believe it. Y'all, until I talk to you on the phone, I'm starting to think you, me, in another dimension for real, my girl, because how you got my same, I'm a Aries, Sun, Moon. I'm not an Aries, hold on. You're Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Aries, Sun, Moon. I'm an Aries, Sun, Moon. But it's not my rising sign. But all my Aries, Sun, Moon, and Mercury sit together too. But if I look in my natal chart, yeah, that's interesting. You lit. Yeah. T says, I appreciate you. The body holds wisdom. Yes, the body is the subconscious mind. I feel like there's growth with facing the discomfort. It absolutely is. And that's where I'm getting at. Who is... Hey, Nick. That's for Jamie Bot. All right. Yeah. Soul sisters for real. All right. We'll talk about it. I can't wait to talk to you. Hey, from the UK. That's what's up. Man, y'all, hit the like for me if you could real quick. We got 68 likes, 85 people in the building. If I've been hitting on anything that touches just your heart that you may keep with you, please do hit the like for me if you would. Also, we believe highly in give and receive. If somebody would post my Cashapp, I greatly appreciate it if you keep your balance in the life today by giving and receiving. All right, you receive something, all you got to do is give a little. All we ask for is $1 here. All right? Real talk, me too. All right. Thank y'all. Yeah, y'all hit the like. I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all hit it. Y'all brought it right up to 71. Now we at 71 likes. Thank y'all. I really, really appreciate it. All right. So, now, some of my notes. I want to get back to now. Here's something. On a spiritual note, you chase healing like it's a race. All right. This is what Bieber was saying he's frustrated with. The race to heal. He's like, no, I know that I'm angry and I want everyone around me to realize I'm still dealing with that. I'm still going through it. And he's also saying I may lash out from time to time, but I'm trying to understand this stuff. And sometimes people around you will try to force you to get through it. It's try to just get through it. Hence, what's your name? My boy, we're here. Eric mentioned that boys are taught directly and indirectly to not express a lot of emotion. Don't be crying, toughen up, carry on, get through it. All right. Get through it because you got a job to do, because you got something you're supposed to be doing, because you need to be a provider. This is what he's saying. He's saying, hey, chill. Like, let me feel this. I'm still dealing with it. Don't make me race. What am I racing towards? He's frustrated too, Justin Bieber, because he's like, damn, like y'all ain't even paying attention. Like, my girl is successful. She got this. I can actually work on myself now. I got some health issues going on. I got some stuff I need to deal with. I got some baggage I'm trying to go through. I'm not trying to process this like a race. And sometimes us as individuals, as humans, you know, this has been projected on us so much. Like I was saying in the beginning of the live, go back if you didn't listen to it. We talked a lot about the things that have been projected on you from the very beginning when it comes to this whole American dream thing, about what you're supposed to be trying to accomplish here. And because of that, you haven't even connected to the real you, the identity that doesn't feel that way. Okay? So now, people, even this spiritual community, is so guilty of treating healing like a race. Here's the gag. Here is the total gag of it all. Low key, they are like, somebody, we don't know who. Now, if I had to guess, just based on listening to the years that I have been with CueReaves, all right, go to the website, www.CueReaves. It's CueReaves.com. Since I have been with Q, I have listened to him do these regressions. And there is always, I'm not going to say always, in a lot of people, there is sort of like a spirit hovering over them that's always on some, get back here. Get back here. Get beside me. Heal. You don't go too far ahead. You don't get off that porch. You don't play in the street. You know what I mean? You don't play in the yard. You stay on the porch beside me. You go when I say go. You do when I say do. So, and I know we got some regression graduates in the chat. Y'all know, if y'all could just say, like, don't y'all see that quite often? That there's something within people that's always telling them to heal. All right, get back here. Get back here. Slow down. Now, we still ain't figured out if this is an op or if it's working for us. Like, this is good. This is what we need. Either way, here's what I have noticed that I think is a major key. It's waiting on you to oppose it and say and do something different. It wants you to be like, hey, no, take this. This is my dog's leash. Get this shit off me. I'm good. I don't need that leash. You see? It's just waiting. It's just waiting. But also it be waiting on you to, like, okay, not only do you got it and you ready to take the leash off. No, you really got it. You really get it. You see? Hey, Glock. You was quiet. Why you how long you been here? You been so quiet? You didn't even come in the chat and say, hey, I see you, but you laughing though. You get it. Glock reminds me of Memphis, Key Glock. My Memphis native. All right? So, even if you haven't had a regression yet, like, I'm telling you, if you haven't ever had one in your life, you should get one. I'm a firm believer of you really need several, because every time you do one, you learn something new. All right? But if you really want to get on your path, like, you need at least 3. All right? So just check it out. Now, let's get back to it though. This spiritual community does treat healing like a race. It kind of even projects ideas on you, like that at some point you will be done with healing. And it's not true. Like, it's just not. It's not a race. It's not true that you'll ever just be done working on it. Like, that's not how this works, okay? Because even when, if you are a empathetic person, or if you understand the principles behind empathy, then, and if you're tuned in and you're willing to feel, like, there are times that you got to process what others are dealing with. That is part of us supporting each other through this collective. They're also watching that too to see if we're ever going to do something different. All right. Now, correct. Healing doesn't end. If I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for others. All right. Okay. Even if I feel like I'm healed, I still am going to jump in to this game of life and see what can I do for others, which means I may feel some of the effects of what people call lower frequencies, or the feeling of needing healing. Okay. It's really not that. That's not really what you're out here doing. You're moving energy. It comes, it goes, it stays, it leaves. It's just a cycle of life. All right? It's just cycles. In and out. Just get used to it. We're doing it. Now, you always think there's one more shadow, or one more karmic lesson, or one more past life that you need to clear before you can finally relax. Start relaxing now. Start relaxing even though you got to do all the work. You've built your spiritual path around the idea that something is wrong with you, and that you are always one step away from being whole. No, I am healthy. I am whole. I am healthy. I am whole. Okay? You got everything you need. Period. But what if you are not broken? What if the search itself is the distraction? All right? That is what I mean when I say that there's some higher power over you, or that's somebody sent the Cashapp. I see it. Hey, that's my girl Naya. Hey, girl. Here we go. Hit the light. Now, I think there we go. Yay! This is so cool. All right. Thank you. All right. I love when it's like you got to do the little personalized message thing. Like, girl, if you think that, then you do. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. You shouldn't even deleted it. You shouldn't. Here's the thing. They not gonna know what I'm talking about later. Sunflower. That's hilarious, girl. But that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Take care of that. Take care of that dream, W. Walker or something. Handle that. That's not what this live about. Not today. I do talk about that sometimes, though. I do. Parasitical attachments. It's just an attachment. And if you know exactly where it's at, you one step ahead. You one step ahead. Oh, chat. No yoga mat. Chat. Y'all funny. It's only gonna get funnier and crazier. Like, I see it. It's just it's idiocy. It's the movie Idiocy. It's only gonna get worse. It's okay. Some of us, it's not gonna even affect us. It's not gonna even affect us. It's gonna be like, okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Now, listen, when you're working yourself, like always working yourself to the bone, never resting, it's typically because your ancestors didn't rest. You got things in your bloodline that just could never rest. They was always, drill sergeant, on. You got to be on all the time. Listen, that stop. Slow them down, all right? When you see those thoughts coming up in your mind, realize what it is and slow them down too, all right? You feel guilty a lot of times. Some of y'all be feeling guilty about having more or having too much. All right. I have a client that is exactly like that. They have millions and they feel so guilty about having too much. When I'm over there working on things and like in their closet, the first thing out their mouth is like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I just have too many clothes. They don't have a lot of clothes. I'd be like, what is that? It's a ancestor within that person that's like, that feels guilty for having more, having too much. Okay. Now, sustainability is being pushed on you. I could go down that rabbit hole of, you're right, you don't supposed to have a lot more, but some of us have never had anything. So why are you guilting yourself about having enough or about having more? Why? So I was talking to somebody in Walmart the other day, at the register, and he said that he don't use ChatGPT. I said, why not? In my opinion, this a form of your reparations. People be like, they want their reparations. Listen, why aren't you using ChatGPT? Somebody else is paying for that. Like, you can use ChatGPT a little bit every day without even paying for it. And what you are paying for, if it's $20 a month, that's more than enough. And I'm talking about any of these. I'm on YouTube, so I need to know the name of Google's AI. Google has its own AI. It's not Grok. But anyway, whatever the case is, use it. Use these tools. This is part of your get back. Like, this is finally when you get to catch up. Google is Gemini. Thank you very much. Let's advertise Gemini for Google, right? We're on their platform. We own their stuff. Listen, you do not need to push everything away. That is an ancestor that believed in scarcity, tricking you out your bag because it's scared to be rich. It's scared to have enough. It's scared to follow its dreams. You don't think you got ancestors in your lineage that's scary? Put them in the back seat. Put them in the back seat. Tell them ancestors to strap their seatbelts on because you about to take them for a ride. It's your body. It's your rules. Okay? Tell them to sit back and learn something. All right? Now, and I'm talking to your ancestors, you think that you need to make up for the sacrifice. We were set down in church and taught that something made sacrifice for us. And we owe it. We owe it sacrifice too, because it made a sacrifice for us. Excuse me? Excuse me? Move. Get off me. That is not what I came here for. That was introduced to you. You don't have to believe it, okay? Listen, some of y'all think that you're supposed to make up for the ancestor sacrifice. Like they did something for you and you're supposed to do something for them. I don't believe I owe anybody anything. Okay? You're not going to experience freedom in this lifetime if you do not get that out of your head. Let's keep going. That's why I like when he said, like, no, I don't have to stop being angry for you. I like when Justin Bieber was expressing that. I don't have to. Now, when you start to, that's step one, just realizing those things that I just mentioned. But then when you start realizing your body, your rules, and you start realizing the effects that anger has on your body, then when you truly, deeply, I'm talking about you set with anger and identified where it is located in your body and how hard it is to move it out energetically and how much work you got to do. Like, I hate squats. But guess what? You need to do squats. Like, our bodies need to bend down and pick things up. All right? And when you realize that emotions get trapped in organs, and then the work that needs to be put in to get those organs to let go of that emotional weight, it's a burden. And you realize, ooh, that's some work. And it's strenuous and it's heavy. And I don't want to do it. Okay? When you start realizing that when you're conditioning the body to be more resilient, that once you do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, you're going to get better at it, then now you just need to do maintenance. Not always having to start over from scratch. I'm talking about in the body. So then you start being like, you know what? I'm not going to let this anger get me there because I'm on a maintenance schedule with my energetic debris. I'm resolving this within me. This person is not worth that. I'm going to have to do extra exercise. I'm going to have to sit in the sauna 3 days in a row, and I'm trying to accomplish this, and that. You see? So you start to slow down a little bit, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't need to let myself get angry. I don't need to let myself get worked up because now is not the time. I'm in the present moment. All right? Because sometimes what's really working you up like that to get so angry, it's because it's happened to you too many times. People have said that to you too many times. So you're like, you know what? All right, enough's enough. People just always saying that to me, and I'm tired. So now I'm going to take it out on you. But no, you don't need to do that because you've done it before. Where is it really getting you? Now, don't get me wrong. Anger gets shit done. It do. It make you get on up and do what you got to do, especially when you start to understand it. But you don't want to be on go like that all the time. It's a loop. All right. Looks like we're doing good. You don't want your life to turn into a monument. Y'all know what a monument is? It's like the statue of Abraham Lincoln, or you go out into a park and there's a big statue and it's sitting on a foundation and it says, you know, why someone was sitting here and why this person did what they did. Well, I'm using that example because you don't want, the saying is, don't let anybody take you off your square. All right. And so you are on your own square, and you don't want your monument in your life to turn into something that everybody that knew you comes along and they can only think about what it was that you lacked, what it was that you were never able to do, but you really wanted to do. All right. So you're striving towards a life that represents flow and freedom. You want people to be able to look back at what you were able to do while you were still here, while you were still able to be seen. Because that's the biggest thing that everybody wants, is to be seen and to feel seen and to be heard. All right. So please don't let your life become a monument of what you lacked. The truth is, you're not supposed to repeat the struggle. You're supposed to resolve it. And you can't resolve it by starving yourself in the name of your ancestors. All right? Organizing your life around what's missing is a hidden architect of the system. All right? You got a system that if you fall into that category, then the architect of this system knows what to do with you, and they will place you in a certain category. It's a hidden response. It looks responsible. It looks loving. It looks spiritual, but really it keeps you orbiting the emptiness, the void. You break it. You need to break that by designing your life around your truth, not your deficit or your lack. All right? Now, a lot of times, healing becomes really hard when you're searching for it, and that search in itself becomes a distraction. Okay? You're seeking healing, providing clarity. When you're doing that for such a long time, it gets real hard and it turns into something that doesn't look like you. All right? Searching often starts with a noble intention, like you may have started on this journey searching to feel better, to understand yourself better, to connect with something higher, and to stop the cycle. Like you came into this alignment knowing that that's what you were working on. But over time, if you're not careful, the search becomes a loop. And then it becomes a threshold that you're just standing at, and you can no longer see a door or a way out. You want the search to be a doorway, not a loop. You want the search to be affirming every day. You don't want the search to be something that you wake up and start to think like, I still don't quite have it yet. You get done with a meditation. You ever done that? Like you get done with a meditation and you're like, like I still don't feel clear. All right. That's what he was saying. Like right at the beginning of what he was saying was, I'm tired of being told that I need to heal. Like, what are you saying? All right. That's telling him that he still don't have it yet, that he's still not there yet, that he's still missing something, that he's still not ready for something. You know, that is wrong. You should not be unconsciously affirming that to yourself and your being and your body all the time. And when it does come up in your body, because it is a subconscious thought or a subconscious loop, when it comes up, slow down, acknowledge it, and immediately change that thought into another perspective. You do not want the search for healing or the search to be better or to just get it together. You don't want that to start to be like disguised in something hidden that's deep within you that you still ain't quite forged or figured out. All right? Because what it will turn into is avoidance. Okay? You just avoid it. You'll be like, and so many people are doing that right now. They're tired of talking about spiritual stuff. They don't want to talk about nothing spiritual. They don't want to talk about another retreat. They don't want to talk about another healing. They just tired of this. They tired of it. They tired of it. And now they're just like, I'm just going to avoid that. I'm just going to watch funny videos. I'm going to watch dog videos. I'm going to be outside more. I'm going to do this. And all those things are good. Life in balance is what you're supposed to be striving after. So all that is great. But you do not want to start avoiding the very thing that you know you need to work on simply because, and it's not work, it's just understanding. It's remembrance, all right? It's alignment is remembrance. Keep that in mind. You don't want to start to stall too much in your journey. You know what stalling is, all right? You don't want to stall too much in the journey as well, because it is important also to hit certain markers in this lifetime. Hitting those specific markers at just the right time brings in the very thing that you need to make it through the next obstacle. Sometimes if you don't hit that marker because you're choosing to stall or avoid, if you play around with that too much, then you don't have what you need when the next shift comes. And you got to learn that lesson in the moment. And then, like he just said, now you're trapped. Now you're in the loop again. All right? Now, there are some people that say that they're not ready until they've healed every trigger, until they're no longer feeling like they need to be healed, till they're no longer afraid of anything. That's not going to be the case. Everything is not going to be perfect. You need to always remember you are the main character in your storyline, and that nobody else is going to do this. You have to do it for you. All right? Sometimes it is much safer to keep growing than to, let me say this the way I really want to say it. Some people think that it is safer to keep growing than it is to start truly living in the present moment. That is a trick. You do not want to not be living. You need to be living this life every day, to the fullest, which means you got to pay attention to the little things. You got to get excited about the little things. You got to be overjoyed about nothing. Just be overjoyed. Just be full of joy. All right, it's available. That's the thing. Like you can go get it. You can just pull it out the sky. Just pull you some joy down. Like, do it. All right, this distracted me. I really want to see what it says. I was just scrolling and heard something you were saying. It resonated me. I've been doing everything you are saying. I'm in the loop currently. Thank you so much. I know what I need to do now. Shay Shay, 85. That's beautiful, Shay Shay. That's what's up. Sunflower. Oh, okay. You responding to somebody on there. All right, good deal. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Leo. All right, let's get busy. Now, let's talk about relationships for a second. Some people, you keep searching for the right one, the soulmate, the perfect mirror. Y'all caught that? The perfect mirror. But the search is safer than actual intimacy. If you're always looking, I never have to choose. If I'm always waiting for a better option, I never have to be truly seen. Ooh, how many of y'all do that? How many of y'all do that? Now, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. The perfect mirror. That's what I'm about to touch on, Sunflower. The perfect mirror is so real. Woo! Yes. Listen. The perfect mirror. Listen. I believe I have the perfect mirror. Like, I'm with someone who is a perfect reflection. I'm an Aries, he's a Libra. So we are directly opposite of each other. It's just like a mirror. Like, I'm not going to get too deep, but it is a perfect mirror. But you really have to be ready for that. Like Sunflower said, it is so real. But don't run from it. All right? Don't run from it. It is one of the most intimate experiences with self in a partnership you can have. The intimacy of knowing that, like, ooh, I kind of don't like that you're doing that. But that's me. Like, somewhere in there, I'm doing it too. And we're going to get into that in just a second. All right? Do not fight. Do not fight the right one. The one that will really show you who you are. Don't run for that. Thank you, Strawberry Ice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, you cannot you cannot run from that. All right? It's important. When you find it, work through it. We're gonna get into it though. Here's another person. Sometimes, what if are you the person who like chases every modality, reads every book, collects every ritual, collects all the tools you need, gets every crystal that you gotta have, places it up high like trophies, gets all the statuettes, gets all the spiritual stuff. I'm guilty of this one. When I was in Christianity, I had every type of Bible, but it was just on the shelf. I wasn't reading it. I wasn't reading it. I didn't start reading it until I didn't start reading it until I found the Israelites, and they were very serious about studying. So then, some of the stuff comes off the shelf. But some of the great books are still on the shelf, and I never read them. Like, are you one of those people that gets all the things, collects all the spiritual things, but still feels extremely disconnected? Excuse me. Doesn't feel healed. Doesn't feel virtuous, like they're really working on it. It's because you're orbiting wisdom, not truly embodying the wisdom. You don't need a new practice. You don't need to, here's another one. Or you one of the people that collect all the courses but don't take the courses. All right? You don't need a new practice. You need to trust that the stillness you avoid is the place where spirit already is. Got that? The stillness that you avoid. Sitting with that course. Actually laying down in complete silence with all your crystals on every chakra point that you know need healing. But boy, laying on that table sometime or laying in the middle of that floor in complete silence with your crystals vibrating on you can get uncomfortable. But it gets uncomfortable because guess what? You ain't learned how to sit with that energy and face it. That's what regression work does. Once you on that phone call with Q, I don't think I've ever heard Q allow somebody to avoid something scary in a regression. Now, Granted, some people have been through very, very traumatic experiences, and he definitely takes his time with those individuals. But we're not going to avoid it. We're not going to avoid what's in the dark. We're not going to avoid what you've been asking for. We're going to face it right there. It's time. All right? No avoidance. All right? Now, sometimes we avoid those books that we done bought and put on the shelf, knowing that it has a formula inside. Like they say, you want to keep a secret, put it in a book. All right? Knowing that the formula be in the book and we just avoiding that book. All right? All those things that you have collected, but yet you don't want to sit in silence with it, stop avoiding those very things. That's the very place where the power is for you to get to the next level. All right? Now, to be honest with you, I need to just make sure that I'm really reminding y'all that the things that are attached to you, they do not need your perfection. Where they're at is not perfect either. They are very aware that they lost their body, and you have the body, and that's the trick, that's the gag, to get you to believe that you're not supposed to be doing anything with this life that you have to live. All right? They don't need your perfection. They don't need more candles. They don't need more crystals. They don't need more books. They don't need another class. They need you to start feeling alive. They need you to start living your freedom, your truth. They need to observe you overjoyed about nothing, because they didn't get that lesson. They didn't get that. If they're projecting the idea of go, 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 be all you can be all the time, it's because they did not get that lesson. They just didn't. Now, there's a quiet, still voice that's always available to you. It's the great divine mother. And she, in her stillness, does reach out. The way that Q explained it to me when I first came into my great awakening, the great part of it, because certain parts of my awakening weren't great, but the great part of my awakening, Q helped me. He helped me decipher something that I just could not grasp, and he gave me a visual, and I've had it ever since, and it helps me when I don't understand the way that a mother would approach things versus the way that a father approaches things. And I was definitely operating way more of the father's program. All right. The father's program is get it, go. You gotta be on time all the time. It's very structured, The mother's love comes quiet. It's different. It's like, you know what? Why don't you just go outside for a little bit? And then when you're outside looking around, and finally when you calm down and start to enjoy the trees a bit, or acknowledge the flowers, or you ain't swatting at bugs no more because you're outside, she might go, you know what? Why don't you just go sit down by the tree? And then you sit down by the tree, and then you being quiet in your stillness, and you might have had a beautiful thought, and then the next thought that hits you might be, ooh, I'm kind of hungry. And then all of a sudden, you didn't even notice that was an apple tree you sat under. And boom, an apple fall down from the tree. Give you what you need. It's just that simple. It's not too much. It's not an abundance. It's not 10 apples fell. No, one. That's all you need. and you got everything you need right now in this moment. And that's all that matters. That is the divine mother's love. That's great mother. And that has gotten me through so many of my almost attempting to crash out moments where I'm like, I thought it was going to be different than this. I thought spirituality was going to be different than this. I thought it was going to be blah, 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 blah. Like all that. It doesn't work like that. You need to truly be living. You need to truly feel alive. And you are responsible for finding that within you. Sometimes the only way you're going to find that is to truly sit with yourself in silence and process sorry about that, y'all. Beautiful, Leo. I'm glad that helped. I love lives like that where I can just get it done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And Sunflower said, that used to be me taking all the courses. I just needed to be silent in nature. Full on lit. Metal says, I can't wait to do a regression with Q, even though I'm kind of afraid. I understand, Metal. I do understand. I understand. But just like your name, you strong. You got this. You got this. Metal Q. That's your name. That's what's up. Hey, Empress V, what's up? Happy Tuesday to you too. Empress, tell me why I thought it was Sunday. Yes. All right. Yes. No. No. They asking when I was talking about the Father, am I talking about the Father, our Lord Jesus Christ? I wasn't specifically talking about him, but him sometimes he be on that too though. He be on that too. But I wasn't specifically talking about him, although I have talked about him today. Go back and listen to the live. All right. All right. Oh, why are you doing that, Empress? Why are you doing that? Don't tease me. You know that's my third home. Of course I believe him. How can I not? Y'all believe him. So y'all done made him a part of this reality. But there's a lot of father-like energies that just operate differently than how the divine energy works. All right? All right? I'm not even being specific about any of those divine energies. I'm just speaking about the one that helps me through things. And I think it's multiple. All right? Because spirit moves. Like it's never the same. It's never the same. Why do you have an Illuminati tattoo? I illuminate things. Don't you see me? Don't you see me? Like clearly, like I can't hide it. Even if I didn't get the tattoo, like I am an illuminator. I'm one of those people that like comes in the room and I can see that you need to pick that up. You need to straighten that up. You need to fix that over there. It's like I just put light on things. I can't help it. It is part of my purpose. Okay, so you said, it's a good question. All right, that's not biblical. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My name is biblical. My purpose is biblical. Everything that I'm talking about today is in the Bible. It's very biblical. Like I carry myself in a very biblical way. I do. I do. I like being around people that are considered demonic or bad, or because I want to understand them deep, better. Like this is what I do. This is what I do. I go into dark spaces and I bring a lot of light to it. I think about the things that nobody else thinks about, that's in the dark, that they don't want to face, and I choose to face it. And then when I come out the darkness, I tell everybody what I saw. It's so biblical. Yes, and my tattoo is very biblical too, because guess what? It's the exact depiction of what the angels were. Let's talk about it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I take my life very seriously, but not too serious. I also take my purpose serious because it drives me. Listen, they be along for the ride. Right, right. Ah. I was so focused on the other dude that I didn't even see, Dominic. I liked it though. Thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5. All right, it's all good. I'm just messing with the troll. I'm just messing with the troll. I'm just messing with the troll. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's really all good. Like real shit. I just be wanting people to think about things from like all different perspectives. Like the very thing that you're avoiding is the very thing that's gonna help you. Like I just don't understand why people run from stuff that's gonna help. But there's always somebody in the bloodline or in the family that was sent here to like I say. And I'm being very serious. Like that is literally the meaning of my name. Illuminate purpose. Like I'm brought here to illuminate certain things. It just is what it is. And however you want to see that. But real shit, I'm not lying. What I'm talking about is in the Bible. Now, my name is Naya. Exodus. My name is Naya. You also see like thank you, whenever I start fussing with a troll, you see how many like the numbers literally go up. I literally watched it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Shay85 for the description. I mean for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I don't understand. You're so proper. So you're not a troll? You're not a troll? So what are you? A gnome? What does Abraham want to be referred to as? What's your title? What's the title of your name? What's your title? Names are titles. Yes. Oh, yeah. He don't want to talk no more. All right. Back to it. See, we just right back at it. Oh, look at Q. Q. He's a John. Remember when, he's a John. Remember when they can't name a person, they call them John, hence a nobody. Oh, I do see the John at the end now. I do see it, babe. Yeah, I see him. Ah, yeah. He don't get it either. You gotta come back, AA John. AA John, you gotta just come back. Thank you. I appreciate that. But like, I really don't want you to pray, necessarily for me, You don't have to. You don't have to. Not at all, right? Please don't. It's okay. All right. Now, here we go. Speaking of distractions, I'm sorry. Speaking of distractions, we were talking about the search that we be on, like the search for all the things that's gonna fix it, all the things that's gonna make it better, right? That search that just, it seems endless. You gotta heal, get all the things, do all the things, figure it out, search. The search will start to distract you, all right? And when you're searching, and if you start to ask yourself, has this search for me to be able to heal, has this search began to become a distraction? The question that you then need to ask yourself next, because it's very important to ask not only yourself good questions, but the people around you, okay? Start to ask better questions, all right? So the next question becomes, what are you avoiding by continuing to search? Is it rest that you're avoiding? Is it joy that you're avoiding? Is it true presence that you're avoiding? It is the responsibility that comes with knowing who you are. Because once the search ends, something else begins. Not a finish line, but a life. Remember, they want you to believe that this is a race. It's like a race to be healed, a race to be better, because then you're going to finally be what you want to be, or you're going to finally have what you want to have. And you're not trying to get to any finish line in your healing. I need you to remember that. You're just trying to get to the point that you're actually living life, that you're actually appreciating life, that you're no longer avoiding the joy, the rest, the presence, the just being, just knowing how to be. You're not avoiding it anymore. When the search ends, something else begins, and that is life. Remember, this all started off of that trigger word, heal. In obedience training, when you tell a dog to heel, you're saying to stay close, to stay with me, to match my pace. And it's not about fixing the dog. It's about connection, regulation, and synchronization. So when we say someone is in a healing season, maybe they're not meant to be productive, fast, or ahead. Maybe they're being invited to stay close to themselves, to spirit, to their body. What if healing isn't fixing? It's healing. Heal means to come back to the now. Walk with me, not against me. Feel the leash, don't fight it. Feel the ground, stay beside life. We often think healing is intense, transformative, loud, explosive, urgent, but maybe it's actually stillness, slowness, regulation, pacing. So if you ask yourself or invite your audience to ask, I am trying to outrun the wound. Am I trying to outrun a wound? Am I trying to sprint into a version of me that doesn't even exist yet? What happens if I just walk with it instead of fixing it? All right, now, thanks, Lemon James. I appreciate it. I don't even think I can like it no more because you did that. They must put you out. All right. Now, let me slow down. Am I sprinting to a version of me that doesn't even exist yet? Here we go. I recommend that I had some people like reach out to me after I did those don't chase, break the debt, don't chase it videos. And I could tell that they didn't really know who the person is that they're trying to become. They don't really, I could tell that they really didn't understand what it takes to be that kind of individual, what it takes to be responsible for the type of wealth that they're asking for. So when you haven't slowed down to even process what kind of person am I even trying to become, I recommend that you write that question down. Am I sprinting into a version of me that doesn't exist yet? All right. Write that down and unpack it slowly. You want to make sure that the reflection or the mirror that you're trying to become is your truth and not your ancestors' truth or your mother's truth or your grandparents' truth or an identity that doesn't feel like you. You also need to make sure that you're not projecting that you should be better, faster, bigger, stronger, more clean, more healed, more successful, more balanced, more still. Like, just make sure that you're not projecting too much onto that version, that future version of yourself, and really just sit with it and ask yourself some additional questions like, who told you that the next version of you would be more lovable than the one that you are right now? Who told you that chasing your more evolved self is the right thing to do? Also, are you chasing your evolution or are you in a relationship with it? Have you got to know it at all? You also need to slow down and say, are you moving because you're being called to? Or are you moving because you're trying to escape something or escape the moment or the choices that you made? So just slow down. Like, that's really like the super, super key. You have to slow down. All right? And what happens if that version never arrives? Can you love the you who's still here? Can you walk beside yourself and not ahead of yourself? Can you build instead of chase? Here's the centerpiece of everything. So many of us are sprinting into a version of ourselves that doesn't even exist yet. And in the process, we lose the real self, the one that's not shiny, but sovereign, the one that isn't perfect but present, the one that doesn't need to be more healed, that deserves to rest or experience joy. All right? What's underneath that pace that you're so after? What's underneath that pace in your mind and your body? What is it? What's layered underneath all of that calling to be at that unrealistic pace? A lot of the time, what's underneath those layers is a lot of trauma and a lot of projected ideas that were placed on you. It's not who you actually are. All right? Now, we've said a lot of things today. Hope I didn't overwhelm you all. But I did want to deep dive that whole healing idea a little more, not only because Justin Bieber brought it up, but also because I mentioned it in the last live that I did that y'all can go back and watch. I did 2 parts. It's very good. And it's very necessary if you're trying to reach your goals or obtain a new level of yourself. If you're trying to work on that, then you got to slow down and work on this piece of the puzzle too. Okay? So I'm still going to be working on that series. I have not abandoned it. Just know that. I have some more show notes for y'all for me to go over in regards to the debt stuff that I was talking about in those other 2s, part 1, part 2, because I didn't even get to what I was originally trying to teach y'all about. So, peace to you too, Roy. Peace and love to you too. All right. I hope this was helpful because I do believe that a lot of people are being provoked right now to crash out. And I don't want to see that for you all. You don't have to do that. You don't have to start letting all of this affect you so heavy. You really don't. And there's a lot going on in the news cycle right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people like performing instead of just like really living. And it's starting to cause people to feel very empty inside. And they feel wounded. They want to just abandon spirituality and just give up on the idea of, this whole thing, because it's just, we've gotten what they call lost to the sauce, get a little lost to everything. And it's just a matter of everybody just slowing down a little bit more and stop tying your identity to the pace of this so-called healing that you're working on. Don't tie your identity to the grind, to any of these projections that they put on you about what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Like, don't attach that to the identity of your future self that you either are right now or becoming. And this live is specifically for people who are either already on the path or this live is for people who are already on this journey. All right. Don't crash out. You don't have to. You're very welcome, Laura. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Any quick questions? It's a Tuesday, so I'm kind of free right now, so I can kind of try to help if I can. But just know I'll be back. I'll be back to give y'all more show notes, because I do have a lot of notes on not only this topic, but the debt topic, so that you guys can start getting some things you want and get out of that scarcity mindset. All right. All right. I think we're good. Don't forget, hit the like if you came in late and you didn't get a chance to hit the like. I would appreciate it if you hit the like. It really helps out the channel as we are working on growing the channel, and we have a lot of new subscribers, so it helps get them notified that we're live or that a new video has dropped. So please hit the like before you leave if anything I said today was helpful. And thank you for the give and receive. I saw something else came through. Let's see. Miss Davis, thank you very much for the give and receive. I really appreciate that. So Miss Davis and Naya, 2 Nayas gave today. Thank you. And thank you to the super chats that was in the building today. I appreciate it too. If you would drop the the things that get typed be so funny. Like it's so crazy. Hit the like. Thank you to everyone that super chatted. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken. It was nice seeing you today in the live. Really appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, all the compliments, all the everything, all the crazy stuff. Like it's all beautiful. All right. We love the engagement. It's always lit. All right. Q. That's why I left. All right, y'all say big ups to Q before we out, and y'all continue to send the Beebs, Justin Bieber. Somebody just brought up Justin Bieber again. Send him love, man. I love Bieber. He's lit. He's so lit, and he's just working on it. He's just working on it like everybody else, and I can appreciate that. If you don't have a vibe, please go to the website and check out our website, www.CueReaves.com. That's www.CueReaves.com. All right. We have services on the website that you can book. You can book regression services. Q is the absolute best regressionist on the planet. He has done so many. He does them differently than anybody that I have ever seen do them. There is nothing that we're going to avoid. They can be a little scary, but man, when you take your time and process something and work through something, not only with somebody else, so it's like y'all a team, all right? But when you finally get through something that somebody mentioned it earlier, they were like, it's kind of scary. Like they're afraid of a regression. And I get it. But don't be afraid of yourself because it's only you. It's you. That's all it is. This is you. You can't be afraid of you. You have to start embracing you and start embracing the parts of you that are concealed. Or that you have been, what's the word? I'm just seeing people that are like folded in on themselves right now. And so many people are using that as a way to cope by just turning in on yourself and just like holding on to the very thing that you need to let go of because it's stopping you. It's slowing you down too much. You do not want to slow down to the point that you freeze. All right? So, Q is one of those people that could get you in motion again. After my first regression, I felt like a superhero. I was ready to face any and everything. Like literally. Like it really made me feel like I can do this now. Finally. I found what I need. I can do this now. And once you connect with us, like you're part of the family. Okay? So reach out, connect, sign up for our subscriptions on our website. Look around, see if you see anything that you like, and don't hesitate to reach out. If you got questions, start with the intro to regression, okay? It's very affordable. I will talk to you for an hour about everything that makes you, I was about to say that makes you scary. But I will talk to you for an hour about everything that makes you afraid to do a regression. All right. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. I spent a lot of time with y'all today. All right. So I hope y'all appreciate it. I sure do. Give and receive. Give and receive. Drop my cash out one more time if I got any moderators. If not, my cash app is $Naya, N-I-Y-A-H. Now Naya, NowniyaH. Peace out. Look, I was folded over right then. All the change has been too much. I just want to work and sleep. See? Yep. Hey, New Orleans. All right. Pisces, sending you good energy, Pisces. Come on, you can do this. You don't have to be folded over. Get up. All right. Good energy, y'all. Peace and blessings to everybody. Peace out.